Hi everyone and welcome back to Saharcast, where we talk about everything language, life, and personal growth. In today's episode, we're diving into a topic that impacts every part of our life: effective communication. Whether you are preparing for the IELTS speaking test, trying to have a meaningful conversation, or working through a misunderstanding, communication is the key to success. What is effective communication? Let's start by breaking it down. Effective communication isn't just about talking, it is about truly understanding and being understood. For example, have you ever tried to communicate with someone who speaks a different dialect? It is a perfect example of how even small differences in a language can create a language barrier. This is where the study of linguistics comes in. It teaches us how language works and how we can adapt to our communication styles to connect with others, whether it is your mother tongue or a foreign language. The goal is always the same: to share ideas clearly and meaningfully. Challenges in communication. We've all experienced moments when communication feels like climbing a mountain. Maybe you're nervous, or your words come out in a stutter, or maybe you hesitate because you're not sure how the other person will respond. These are natural reactions, but they can make your message feel incoherent. Let me share a quick story. A few months ago, I was helping a student prepare for their IELTS speaking test. They had brilliant ideas but struggled with hesitation and organizing their thoughts. We worked on slowing down, focusing on key points, and using natural pauses to build confidence. In the end, they aced their test because they practiced being spontaneous while still keeping their answers structured. How communication has evolved. What is fascinating is how communication itself has evolved over time. Think about how people used to rely on letters to face conversations, and now we have technology that allows us to communicate across the globe in an instant. But this evolution comes with challenges too. Digital communication, for example, can sometimes lack the depth of a real conversation. So, how do we make sure our communication stays sophisticated and meaningful? The answer lies in being intentional. Whether you're having a casual chat or a professional discussion, aim to make your message clear and respectful. Tips for effective communication. Number one, be clear and concise. Avoid overcomplicating your message. If the other person struggles to comprehend what you're saying, simplify it. For instance, instead of rambling, stick to one idea at a time. Number two, listen actively. Communication isn't just about speaking, it is about listening too. When you truly listen, you can distinguish between what's being said and what is actually meant. Number three, practice natural conversations. Don't rehearse too much. Be spontaneous, but keep your ideas organized. For IELTS speaking, for example, think of your answers as mini stories with a beginning, middle, and end. Number four, expand your vocabulary. Learn new words and phrases to express yourself better. For example, instead of saying good, try excellent or sophisticated. Using communication skills in IELTS speaking. Now, let's talk about my IELTS students out there. Effective communication is one of the most important part of your speaking test. You're being evaluated on your fluency, vocabulary, grammar, and the ability to answer the questions clearly. Imagine you're asked about a challenging topic. Instead of freezing, start with a filler like, That's an interesting question. To give yourself a moment to think, then structure your answer. For example, how has communication changed in the past 50 years? Answer. Well, I think communication has really evolved in the last 5 decades. In the past, people relied on letters, which often caused a lot of hesitation in the conversations because of the delay. Now, with social media and instant messaging, people can converse spontaneously, which has made it much easier to stay connected. However, I think digital communication can sometimes feel incoherent as it lacks the emotional depth of face to face interaction. This answer uses advanced vocabulary, connects ideas, and sounds natural, exactly what you need for a high band score. Final thoughts. Effective communication isn't just a skill, it is an art. It helps us build relationships, share ideas, and even overcome misunderstandings. Whether you're speaking your mother tongue or a foreign language, remember the key to a great communication is clarity, empathy, and practice. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Saharcast. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to subscribe, share, and leave a comment. I'd love to hear about your experiences with communication challenges and how you've worked through them. Until next time, keep practicing and stay confident, and take care.